Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are going to be sticking to kind of the fall theme of planting and seeds. Last time I did seeds with you guys, I was referring to the seeds that I'm planning to plant out in the garden beds, but today we're going to be going over the seeds that I'm going to be starting directly into my green stalk. So normally I like to start seeds indoors, but for my green stalk I realized that I don't have as much problems as I do starting seeds directly in those versus starting seeds out in my garden bed. The pests is less. I just don't have as much issues. So anytime I could go ahead and direct seed something, that is the route that I will choose. So I went ahead and I organized everything. So I have multiple colors of green stalk. So I made just a little post-it. I don't know if you can see in front, and it just says the new gray green stalk. And I have labels for everything just to make my life a lot easier. Just for anybody that doesn't have a green stalk, I have both the, what is it called? Both the like larger pockets and the more shallow pockets. So the one that has the larger pockets, those have, I believe, 30 cells, and I believe the other one has 42 if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to bring you guys closer so that we could go over the different varieties that I plan to plant for each green stalk. Okay, so we're going to be doing the Shanghai green choy. So looks like this. And I have grown this one before. I did start it a little late in the spring, and you guys saw that it went to seed fairly quickly. So I'm going to be starting this again for the fall season, and hopefully with the cooler weather I won't have that issue. And I'll also be keeping those green stalks in the shadier part of my deck, and that will help prevent it from bolting too quickly. And then we have a mosquito on my hand. This is probably not a good place to sit. And then we have the Detroit dark red beets. Beets for me are fairly easy to start. I have started them in seed trays, and I have started them in just ground or in the green stalk pockets, and I have no problems at all with this. Per pocket I'll be doing 3 of these seeds. I don't need them to be too big, but I think that will maximize the amount of beets I'm getting for that space. And then I'm also going to be doing some Danvers 126 carrot. Looks like this. I hope you're seeing it. And I chose this one because the root size is 6 to 8 inches long, and I think that will be perfect for the green stalk. I had done carrots, this specific carrot, a couple years ago. I did it in ground, and with the amount of bunny, there's like 2, I'm gonna show you guys. I wonder if I could get them. Maybe I could record with my phone. I'm gonna get them with my phone. He's just having a field day. There's the other one. They're just having a good old time. They do not care about me. So because of the bunny population in my yard, it's just not a good idea to plant carrots in ground unless I'm going to protect it with the chicken wire. So because I'm not going to do that for any of those beds, and I also have something else planned for that bed, I am just going to stick with doing the carrots in one specific bed and my green stalk. I'm also going to be putting some of these yellow of Parma onions. I hope you could see this. And this is a old packet. It's from 2022, so I just want to use it up. I hope something germinates. So I'm going to kind of sprinkle this in a large container and then pick out the ones that does come up, if anything does come up. Then we have the Scarlet Nantes carrot. Just wanted to focus in. There we go. So this is the Scarlet Nantes carrot. This is my first year trying this variety, but it says the root size should be 6 to 7 inches, which I think will be perfect for that 5-tier green stalk. So it says it's one of the most popular carrots for home gardeners and market gardeners alike. And it's bright red, bright orange variety, has a sweet flavor and a crisp texture, makes great for fresh eating or long storage. And then the last thing that I have for this green stalk is the ruby red Swiss chard. Let me get it. There we go. So this will be my first year growing Swiss chard. It says 55 days, easy to grow greens, spring, summer, and fall. And I just love the colors of the stem. Yeah. So I do have another Swiss chard that is supposed to have a white stem. I just love seeing those, like, I just love seeing those bright colors and different colors when it comes to my veggies. So the plan is to have, I think, 1 seed variety per tier of the green stalk. So initially, I think I thought there were 6 tiers, but there's actually 5. So I'm going to have to eliminate one, and I think it's probably going to be the onion because I doubt that it's going to germinate. I have another gray green, so I have 3 gray green stalks in total. 2 of them actually came from Marketplace, and I got them each for $25. So that was a steal. Really happy about that. And they also had spinners at the bottom, so I like jumped on it when I saw that. I want to grow the Purple Lady Bok Choy. This is a variety that I've grown now for a few years. I think even my first season of gardening, I was growing the Purple Bok Choy. I just want to make sure that it focuses. Oh, there we go. And then I have the Atomic Red. This is a carrot variety. This is 75 days, and it's supposed to have 8-inch long roots, but we shall see if they even get that long. I have a New York Early onion, which also dates back to 2022, so I'm not sure that this is going to even germinate for me. I also have the golden beets here. I have the shallots, and this is what I'm going to be planting if I don't see any germination for the New York Early, because just like the last batch, I accidentally selected 6 when I could only have 5. I also have this Calabrese green sprouting, this broccoli variety. So I don't know, I think sprouting broccoli is supposed to take a really long time, which is why I don't mind it being in the green stalk. So we shall see if I even get anything from that as well. But that's the plan for each of those tiers. And I love having the green stalks because they just give me just somewhere else that I could go ahead and plant, and it does not take up as much space. So I could have this all on my deck during a time when we're not even really using the deck. So I get to just come out there and harvest from my green stalks, which is really nice. And then if it starts snowing, I could even go ahead and bring some of those in if I really want to. So for another green stalk, the terracotta one, which I have the 2 terracottas in the back, those are my shady green stalks. I'm going to be planting the Ford Hook Giant. This is the white variety of Swiss chard that I was talking to you guys about. Then I have just a bunch of kale. So this is the Nero di Toscana kale, and I absolutely love kale in smoothies, just fresh, in salads, and I just love the different varieties. I don't even think these are all the varieties of kale. Here's the Casper one. This is the blue curl, the blue curled Scotch. So I think I'm just going to be having a kale green stalk. Oh, actually, we have this greens. I don't know how to pronounce it. This is a new one for me that I'll be trying. And then we have what may be familiar to most of you guys is the dinosaur kale. So I think I also put 6 in this as well. So I may move this Swiss chard over to the other Swiss chard and just do maybe 2 of each, or one has 3 and the other one has 2 seedlings. The last batch is my lettuce and spinach. So I have the sweet Valentine lettuce, which I love, really delicious. I grew it this year. We have the Giganti di Inferno spinach, and this one is it grows well in the fall and winter months, so this is why I picked this one specifically. And then we have the just traditional kind of romaine lettuce. This is the Paris Island. Then we have the Merlot, which I just love, this deep red color. And some arugula, which I haven't grown in years. So most of those I have grown before. The only one that I haven't grown is that new spinach variety, and that's because I just purchased it because I knew I'd be growing a fall garden, and I wanted a spinach variety that would be specifically good in the fall season. Let me just clip everything back together. I have some that didn't quite make the list, but I think if I do have space, I'll find somewhere to put it, and that's the Chinese cabbage. And that's because I do love kimchi quite a bit, and I want to try my hand at making my own kimchi, so that's why I have that. And then I am going to sow some callaloo, both the green one and the pink one, because they don't take that long, and I think within the next couple months I should just be able to get one big harvest from that. And then another I'm still being distracted by the bunnies, but another good variety for kind of the cool weather is the collards. I have never grown collards before. I've eaten it, but I'm not even sure that I know how to like cook it well. But my friend Stace, she loves collards and she does cook it well, so I'm probably going to reach out to her to see if she has any recipes for me. I'm also going to be doing the bitter melon, and I'm just going to chuck these seeds in because really I just want the vines, and the vine is what we call Circe, and I'll be using the Cersei to make tea. It's like a very bitter tea, but I really, really like it a lot. Then I have some fennel, which I've never used, but I bought these seeds. I may go ahead and plant a couple of those, as well as leeks. I've never used this either. If you guys have any good recipes for either of these, please go ahead and leave that in the comment section. And I'm also going to be planting some beets in ground, but I'm going to be direct sowing these after I take the sweet potatoes out of that middle bed. So that's the plan for my green stalks. I think you guys kind of know how I, fill up my green stalks. The soil that I'll be using for that is the Vigoro, Vigoro, and I've already bought a bunch of them to use. I've also made my own soil to put in the green stalk. One mistake that I've made over the years that it's literally just clicked for me is I noticed that my soil was getting really heavy and compact, and that's because anytime that I will fertilize my green stalk, I would use cow manure, and if you've used cow manure, it's pretty heavy and dense. So I think I could still use that, but I need to mix it with some perlite or vermiculite, something to lighten that up a little bit. And that just clicked for me. So if anybody else is doing that and you notice that your soil in your green stalk is just really heavy and dense, you could just dump that out and go ahead and mix in some perlite or some vermiculite just to kind of make that a little bit more airy and loose. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. You guys have seen how I have filled up my green stalks before, so it's not going to be anything different. I'm afraid it's probably going to be really boring because I'm just going to be sowing the seeds. But if you have any questions, leave it down in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.